It is truly unfortunate and sad that my state, Karnataka, has become India's capital for VIP Netas in COVID violation yatras. After the Padyatra that we saw all of last week, courtesy the Congress leadership in the state, now it is the turn of a BJP leader busy celebrating his birthday with zero attention to COVID protocol. Even the stringent COVID-19 protocols in place and surging cases of Omicron in the state of Karnataka is no deterrent. Former BBMP corporator N.R. Ramesh was seen taking out a procession for his birthday and hosting an event with hundreds of people in Bengaluru on Friday. In another separate incident, on Sunday, Jagalur BJP MLA SV Ramachandra celebrated his birthday in front of his residence, where hundreds of people, as you can see, took part in the celebration, resulting in social distancing norms going for a toss. A pandal was erected near the Gullama temple, where the police present there were also seen greeting the Neta. They were actually an active part of the celebrations. The state government had on Friday asked the government to strictly impose all COVID SOPs, state standard operating procedures across the state, and to ban all rallies and processions.
Yeah, definitely. See, nobody is above the law, sir. See, knowingly, unknowingly, whatever it might be, nobody is above the law. Law has to take its course of action, and we need to ensure. See, ultimately, this is a contagious disease, contact disease. We need to control. We need to give all the care for the people. So, in this direction, it is not that we are trying to do something only against any particular. It's nothing like that.
People of the state are very angry. On the one hand, when the Congress Padyatra was taking place, that was not for a personal issue. That was not a birthday bash. That was not Mr. Shiv Kumar's, personal party. It was not Mr. Siddaramaya's personal event where he was, giving out food and giving out freebies. This was specifically a Padyatra which was meant to deliver water to the water-starved regions of Bengaluru and of the rest of Karnataka. Now, when a noble intent, with a noble intent, a Padyatra is being undertaken, BJP comes down on that with an iron fist. And when their own people are indulging in this kind of activity where hundreds and thousands of people are coming, and you see even Janardhan Reddy's birthday bash, hundreds of people came by, and at that time there is nothing, not even, in fact, police are participating, police are going and wishing the gentleman.
Well, that's the situation as far as the politics of this country is concerned, that you have the Congress party actually, giving all this gyan about COVID protocol just a few days after their Padyatra had to be yanked because of the harsh words of the Karnataka High Court. Now, this is not the first time that these brazen violations of COVID norms are taking place in Karnataka. Like I said, it's become the, tragic epicenter of all these VVIP violations. Let me break down for you all these VVIP violations incidents, one by one, where Netas have been flouting COVID protocols openly, and not through the entire pandemic. I'm talking about just this third wave over the last few weeks. As we told you, on Jan 14th, former BBMP corporator N.R. Ramesh was seen taking out a procession for his birthday. On Jan 16th, Jagalur BJP MLA Ramachandra celebrating his birthday in front of his residence. On January 9th, Karnataka Congress held a Padyatra over the Meckedatu Dam project, where you had DK Shivakumar playing front and center in what was a continuing and shameful insistence on continuing with the COVID violations as part of that Padyatra, despite FIRs, despite people testing positive, etc., etc. On Jan 13th, in a mega India Today impact, the Congress ended its Padyatra and postponed it to a future date. Hopefully, that will make a difference, but perhaps the damage has already been done. Nolan Pinto with me live from Bengaluru. Nolan, it's like a chain reaction of top-level violations. One would have thought that the Padyatra, had been shocking enough, and that the political class would take a cue from it and, learn to follow violations. Doesn't look like it. The BJP is every bit as culpable for these violations. From Renukacharya last week, now to these two, leaders this week, SV Ramachandra and N.R. Ramesh celebrating their birthdays with huge crowds.
Shiv, before we actually talk about politicians, let me give you the statistics. The number of cases in Karnataka that Karnataka recorded in the past 24 hours, that was yesterday, was 34,047, out of which 21,071 were in Bengaluru. And the positivity rate in the state shot up to 19.29%. The total number of active cases in the state that was from yesterday was 1,97,982. These are the number of people who are as of now COVID positive active cases. Now, in spite of that, what we are seeing is that both the parties, both the BJP and the Congress, fail to understand that people's health is important. Birthday bashes, they say that their supporters have brought them there. It's their supporters who brought them here. It's their supporters who took them, carrying them on their shoulders. Both the parties keep blaming each other, saying that don't play the blame game. But the BJP says the Congress is doing wrong. The Congress says that the BJP is doing wrong. Both the parties really, as of now, do not care for the citizens. It's just namesake. They just mouth things as such.
Zero responsibility, open violations will continue, and no single party, as we've demonstrated here on India Today, has the moral authority to point at the other and say they've been violating, because both the Congress and the BJP are perhaps equally responsible for this absolutely condemnable lack of responsibility during the third wave. Nolan, thanks very much for that update.